Very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Let us start the session with the snippets. The very first one, SC slams panel over stubble burning. There are two words you have to focus on. One, it is slam. Slam means to criticize severely. Usually it is used when we talk about politicians. If you take politicians, they slam each other or one another. Slam means to criticize severely. But here, Supreme Court has slammed. Supreme Court slams a panel over stubble burning. What is the stubble burning? I'm sure many of you know, if you go to Delhi, the capital city, highly polluted. One of the reasons for that pollution, air pollution, stubble burning. What is the stubble burning? In and around Delhi, we have a few regions, and they are into cultivation, and based on a particular crop, what they do after harvesting, the remaining part of the plant, the stems you can say, they are known as stubbles. They burn them. They don't root out. They burn. And that causes a lot of air pollution. And that air pollution, you can see the impact of that in Delhi. So based on that, here, SC slams a panel over stubble burning. These are all stubbles. The remaining parts of plants and they are burnt, that causes a lot of air pollution. Kerala government orders a probe into disruption allegations. There are two words here. One is a probe, another disruption, and the third one we have got many a time allegations. Probe means what? To investigate. Debris. Debris goes usually, you can use here also, but debris goes with a plane crash, the small parts scattered all over. We use the word debris. Also ship wreckage, wreckage. You can use the word debris. The last letter is silent. Coming to probe investigation, disrupt. From disrupt verb, you get the noun form disruption. Disrupt means to interrupt. Usually it goes with services. Interruption of services, we say disruption of services. It also goes with supply chain. Disruption of supply chain. Coming to the next one, allegations. You say someone has done something wrong without any proof or evidence. Then we use the word allegations. We also use the word accusations. EAM to meet new Sri Lankan president, simple words. Setting the course means following a particular path. Can EC ensure democracy in political parties? Often parties are driven by individual charisma. There is one important word here. Democracy in parties means what? Everyone should get a chance to lead the party. But here, there is no democracy if you take the major parties. Either they are based on the family ties or they are based on a particular person and that person's charisma. One important word. Charismatic, you have to know the word form. Charismatic. Charismatic personality. Everyone doesn't have a charismatic personality, only a few. So what does it mean? Magnetic. Charisma means the power to attract people. Charismatic personality, the power to attract the masses. Some people have that. Then we say he's a charismatic leader. So the parties are based on the charisma of a particular person. There is no democracy if you take the parties. It is about that. Harmanpreet's India meets New Zealand in its opener. It's about 3:20, today's editorial, women, related to women. What is the main headline? Caste bias, segregation of work in prisons violate dignity, says Supreme Court. Bias, we all know the word, prejudice. Bias means what? Prejudice, discriminating people, treating someone differently based on caste, creed, religion, gender, any of these. Then we use words like prejudice, bias. And segregation. Segregate means separate. Segregation means separation of people. It also goes with work. It also goes with files. Segregate your work means what? Separate, streamline. Violated dignity. Government opens a portal for internships to bridge skill set gap. Here, bridge skill set gap. Bridge the gap, fill the gap. What is the gap here? Skill set. Today, India has a demographic dividend. Means what? Based on the population, we have an advantage. What is that advantage? We have a lot of youngsters. That is what precisely we call demographic dividend. But unfortunately, many youngsters don't have the required skill set. That is a problem. On the flip side, the government wants to fill that gap, bridge that gap, and they want to impart the skills, required skills to the youngsters so that the country can get benefited. An important article you guys have to go through. Bangladesh recalls envoy from India, means a representative, ambassador also you can say. Marital ties must be exempt from rape provisions, something related to rape, and exempt. Exemption means what? Exempt means not to consider. There is a rule, there is an exemption. Means some people don't have to follow the rules, then we say they have the exemptions. They have been given the exemptions. An important word, usually it goes with tax exemptions. And here marital ties related to marriage must be exempt. Here we have the helping verb, we know the functions, we have got so many times. Provisions. Provisions means conditions in a way. Conditions, provisions. And here we have a very colorful picture. It looks so colorful. A rain of colors. A rain, one of the meanings, a rule. Here, colors, they are like impact making. And what is it about? A dancer performs Garba on the first day of Navaratri at the sports club in Ahmedabad, Gujarat on Thursday. The 9-day festival began on Thursday and will go on till October 12th. It's all about that. Festival, look, you can say, celebration, you can say. And here we have campaign for Haryana polls ends voting tomorrow. We have got the word campaign many a time in the recent past. UK to return Chagos Islands to Mauritius. It's about Britishers ruled many parts of the world. They still have certain islands in their possession, and those islands belong to a particular country. Here, a particular group of islands. Actually, they belong to Mauritius, but they are in the possession of the UK. Now, the UK government has decided to hand over the position to Mauritius government. And there is one thing you have to recollect as a smart learner. When you see the word islands, you have to recollect one important rule which is very important from the exam point of view. What is that? When we talk about groups of islands, we have to use a definite article the. For example, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the Lakshadweep, the Mauritius. Group of islands, we should always use a definite article the. That you have to recollect. Here it has been used as a country. Center says Wangchuk is free, but continues to confine him. There is one word, confine. Confine means, islet means a small one. Confine means a restrict, confinement, a restriction. He has been confined to the four walls of the building. Means what? He has been restricted. He cannot go out of the building. Then we say he has been confined. It is in passive voice. Israel bombs Hezbollah intelligence headquarters. Easy to understand. Here, bombs used as a verb, not as a noun. Punjab farmers hold a rail roko protest, train traffic affected. Punjab farmers hold something. What do they hold? Rail roko, stop the rails. And that has affected the traffic, obviously. Train traffic affected. When you see the word affected, you have to recollect. We have got many a time. Affect is a verb. But what is the other word you have to think of? Effect. Effect can be a verb, can be a noun. Both. That you have to remember for sure. High Court seeks inquiry report on killing of Badlapur case accused by November 18th. This is related to a crime and a court. Two minor girls assaulted, driver of school van held. Assault we have got so many times, either physically attack or verbally attack. In this context, physically attack, we use the word assault. We have got so many times. SC sets aside Patna High Court order, gives a life term in jail to two. Set aside means to keep aside, not to consider. Physical attack, very good, Pravalika. And Someshwaraya also, I appreciate that. Main accused held, told now 5 in UP firecracker factory blast. At the time of usually Diwali is fast approaching, and these firecrackers, fireworks factories, we do come across accidents. Not quite often, but sometimes. Here it talks about that particular thing. And the death toll, now 5 in UP. Centre's share of funds for Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan delayed. Over 20,000 unpaid. It is about the funds. Odisha Raj Bhavan turned into election war room for Jharkhand polls, says BJD. War room, it means what? War room means to have discussions, very serious discussions. Then political parties, sometimes they have a war room, means they discuss very seriously certain things. Leopard population in Odisha's forests jumps by 22% to 696 in 2 years. Easy to understand. A leopard captured by cameras installed in a forest in Odisha. But based on that, you have to think of one word. What is that? Stray. Usually, stray means someone or something does not belong to anyone. Then we say a stray dog. Stray dog means what? It does not belong to anyone. Stray children also you can use, though rarely. They don't belong to anyone, orphans. And stray dogs is a common expression. That is one meaning. But stray also means, stray children you can say. Stray also means, imagine a group of leopards. From that group, one particular leopard went away from the group, and after some time, it could not see that group. Then it may go in different directions. It may lose a direction. It may lose its way. And in that process, sometimes the same leopard may enter an urban area. Then we say a stray leopard. Here, stray leopard means a leopard that has lost its way in the forest and entered the urban areas. Then we say stray leopard. Here, stray means losing the direction, moving away from the group it belongs to. A different meaning. Pinarayi says he did not hire PR agency, lauds the Hindus' ethics. There is one important word, laud. Laudable, laud someone, means what? Appreciate. Laudable work means appreciable work, work that can be appreciated. Praiseworthy. For that we also use the word commendable. Commendable work means praiseworthy work. Kerala government orders probe into Thrissur Puram disruption. This again a very colorful picture. You can have a look at this. Kerala government orders probe into Thrissur Puram disruption. I've just given the meaning of the word disrupt. Disrupt means what? Interrupt. Disruption, interruption, an important word. SC restrains police from further action at ESA Foundation. Here we have two words, a restrain and the other one, further action. Restrain means what? To keep away. You can also think of the word refrain. Restrain, abstain also, very good. Pavan. Abstain, restrain, refrain. Move away, keep away from something. That is one word you have to know. And further, very important from the exam point of view. Why is it important? If you take, there are two words you have to recollect. One is FARTHER. And what is the other one you have to recollect? It has been used here. One deals with distance, Farther. Shimla is farther than Delhi from Bombay. It talks about distance. Further means in addition to. She has gone to the US for further studies. Further studies, further action. That difference you have to know for sure. In many competitive exams they've given. Now here we have minister retracts remarks on actors after heavy backlash. There are two words over here. One is retract, backlash. Retract means to take back. Minister retracts remarks means takes back the remarks, whatever she or he or she said. Retract means to take back. And backlash. Backlash means a reaction, angry reaction from a particular group of people, from a particular section of the society, and they respond angrily. Then we say backlash. In a way, it is the negative impact of something. ED summons Azharuddin on October 8th. There is one important word, very important. Tell me why is it important? They have given in competitive exams many a time. Why is it important? Using logic, we all think it is in the plural form, summons. But summons is singular. The word summons is noun singular. What is the plural of that word? Summonses. Summons is singular, summonses plural. That plural form you have to know. Summonses. He has received many summons, wrong. He has received many summonses. This has been given in many exams and you have to know. If you know, you are one among a few, not one among many. Efforts to clear Musi riverbed buffer zones will continue, says Revant. Jumbo parade. You can see again the beautiful elephants on the eve of Dashra. The royal elephants on their way to the temple as part of Dashra celebrations of the Vadiyas of Mysuru on Thursday. Abhimanyu, the lead elephant of Dashra Jumbo squad, will carry the golden howdah during the famed Jumbo Savari. It's all about the festival related Dashra festival, and you all know they celebrate in a grand way, grand manner in Mysuru, now it is called. It's about that. Never speak against Sanatan Dharma, Pavan to Udayinidhi. It is again a political thing, at the same time associated with a religion, politico-religious you can say. Don't attack or don't criticize Sanatan Dharma, says the Deputy CM of AP, Pawan Kalyan. Easy to understand. Here we have decks cleared for Periyar Memorial in Alappuzha. Decks cleared, what do you understand? Everything has been cleared. Now they can have a memorial over there. Tusker, wild elephant, very good, Pawan. Complainant in MUDA case appears before ED to give evidence, simple words. Bangladesh recalls its envoy in India, already have read out. Jaishankar to meet Dissanayake today. It is also easy to make out. Journalist bodies pledge to resist attacks on the freedom of media. Here, journalist bodies means what? Organizations, associations that journalists have. Not the regular meaning of the word bodies. Pledge means promise, to take an oath, to resist attacks on the freedom of media. So they don't want to accept attacks on the freedom of media, they want to resist. That's what it means. Pledge, you can also think of the word plea. Here we have kids displaying something. Union Minister Amit Shah interacts with children during the inauguration of Bhadaj Anupam Smart Primary School in Ahmedabad, Gujarat on Thursday. Simple. BJP targets Congress over alleged links with drug haul. There is one important word, haul. Haul has two different meanings. One meaning to pull something or to drag something. Haul. It goes with a person, it goes with a vehicle also. But here haul has a different meaning. Drug haul. Haul means to have something in possession. something that is illegal you have in possession, then we use the word haul. Here, what is illegal here? Drugs. You have drugs in your possession, illegally stored, then we use the term haul. Trinamool leader arrested by CBI for financial irregularities. Financial scam also you can say. Junior doctors in West Bengal requested to call off. Call off means what? To cancel. Total cease work protest. I have read out that news item. Junior doctors in West Bengal, again, they have given a call. Total cease work means what? Stop work protest. And they have been urged or requested to call off that protest or strike. That's all from the headlines. So much to learn. Now let us go to. I'm doing this usually, I have done many a time, tennis, cricket, football, different sports. And I think the Hindu also for the first time, an editorial on women, if you take, women's cricket gets the spotlight as the T20 World Cup gets underway. For the first time, I have come across an editorial that goes with women's cricket, and that too T20 World Cup. How does it start? Desert storm. Sometimes what happens, I tell students whatever words I give, whatever words we come across in the Hindu paper, usually same words you get in the exam. Last Sunday, I guess, IBPS RRB PO exam, they have given a question based on this word. Why is it important? It can be a noun, it can be a verb. As a noun, everyone knows. They have given under sync model. What is sync model? First introduced by the RBI. Now other SBI, IBPS, RRB, they have started using the sync model. Sync is a short form of synchronize. Synchronize means match. So what is the sync model? They give two sentences in the exam, each one with a blank, and down they give 5 words. And you have to select the word that goes with both the sentences. And the context could be different, first one and second one. And why is it used? Why have they introduced this particular exam topic? English has many words and each many meanings. We do come across quite often words with multiple meanings. As a candidate, as a prospective officer, you have to know the multiple meanings of different words. That is a skill they're trying to test. Here, desert as a noun, you all know, grammar point of view important because before deserts we have to use a definite article the Sahara, the Thar. That is one thing you have to recollect. And desert can be a verb. As a verb, it means what? Abandon. Imagine someone is in hardships or someone facing a lot of problems. The family does not help. Then we say he or she has been deserted by the family. He or she has been abandoned by the family. And the same thing they have given in the exam, RRBPO, a recent one. They give 2 sentences and they want the answer for that question, this one. In one sentence, it has been used as a verb, the other one used as a noun. And you have to know as a noun, what does it mean? As a verb, what does it mean? And here, in this context, you should also recollect, as a smart learner, another word. What is it? Dessert. Desert, dessert. Here, dessert goes with eating. The special dish or sweet dish or something you have after the main course, dessert. That also you have to recollect. Now, going back to desert storm. Why desert storm? Because the tournament is taking place in the desert. That is the reason. Symbolic. Women's cricket gets the spotlight. There is one important word here, spotlight. Be in the spotlight, get the spotlight. What does it mean? To be in the limelight. Everyone talks about you or everyone talks about someone or something. Then we say they are in the limelight. They have got the spotlight. Here, what has got the spotlight? Women's cricket gets the spotlight as a T20 World Cup gets underway. Get underway means to happen, start happening. If West Asia is in the news as a conflict zone, the desert sands of the United Arab Emirates may offer some relief over the next fortnight. We all know now in West Asia, so much is happening, the war, Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah, Lebanon, and it's like a war zone in the real sense. Against that backdrop, the editorial, the writer says, T20 Women's World Cup offers some sort of respite or relief for about 2 weeks, fortnight. If West Asia is in the news as a conflict zone, the desert sands of the United Arab Emirates, UAE, may offer some relief or respite over the next fortnight. Their war, tension, here tournament, T20, Women's World Cup, T20, some sort of relief for 2 weeks. Fortnight means what? 2 weeks. You can also say 15 days. And there is one important word. Before names of countries are proper nouns. Before proper nouns, we should not use any article. That is one rule. But in English, we have rules, we have exceptions. Before the names of some countries, which are proper nouns, we have to use a definite article, the. What are the important examples? The Netherlands, the Irish Republic, the Philippines, the UAE, the UK, the USA. All these you have to recollect. Exactly. The United Arab Emirates. The ICC T20 Women's World Cup that commence means what? Begin, at Sharjah on Thursday will oscillate between this venue and Dubai. It is not one venue, there are two venues. And some matches here, some matches there. One is the UAE, the other one is Dubai. Based on that, oscillate. Oscillate means move this side and that side. In this context, some matches there, some matches here. Featuring 10 teams. Now, any editorial that deals with a World Cup has to talk about how many teams are participating, how they have been divided, and how many days, what are the stakes, all these aspects. All these sentences talk about the same. Featuring 10 teams are split into two groups of 5 each. The championship will conclude on October 20th. The last finals on October 20th. Easy to understand. The tournament was supposed to be held in, Here is supposed to be present, was supposed to be past. Initial venue, Bangladesh. Because there is a political turmoil over there, they shifted the venue to the UAE. The sentence talks about that. The tournament was supposed to be held in Bangladesh, but the unrest of the previous months. Here you can also think of the word turmoil, chaos. Yes, very good, Pawan. Turmoil or chaotic situation, unrest of the previous months in Dhaka, meant that though India's eastern neighbor holds the hosting rights, the matches had to be shifted to the UAE. There is one contrasting word. What is it? Though. Though India's eastern neighbor, in this context Bangladesh, holds the rights to conduct the tournament, holds the hosting rights. But what happened because of the political turmoil, the matches had to be shifted. This is an important expression. Is it an active voice or passive voice? Had to be shifted, passive voice. And you have to know the function of the helping verb model, have to, has to. Both mean the same. Third person singular, we use has to. What does it mean? What are the functions? We use have to or has to express an obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation. And here, have to, has to, past form, had to. I had to do that. I had to go there. That is the past form. Had to be shifted, passive voice. Very good. I appreciate your response. While Australia will step in with the swagger of a defending champion. Swag, one of the meanings, to walk stylishly, to walk confidently. Last time Australia won the tournament, obviously, it can walk very confidently. While Australia will step in with the swagger of a defending champion, having seized the cup, having seized, having completed, having broken, this is known as non-finite verb. and it is also perfect participle. Verb ing form plus verb in past participle. Having completed, having won, having achieved, having seized. An important pattern they have given many a time. Having seized the cup after vanquishing. Vanquish, an important word. Vanquish means to defeat the opponent, to defeat the rival. Vanquishing host South Africa in 2023 edition. India will walk in with the hope of finally claiming the trophy. Australia won, Australia defending champion, so the swagger. And last time who hosted South Africa, they lost the championship. And this time, India has the hope, may win the trophy. India will walk in with the hope of finally claiming the trophy. In the 2020 final at Melbourne, India wilted against Australia. Wilt usually goes with plants. Imagine you don't water plants for a few days. The plants wilt, means become dry, and slowly they die. The plant may die, wilt. To become weak, you can say. Against Australia. Cut to the present means come to the present. Harmanpreet Kaur's strong unit will clash against New Zealand at Dubai on Friday, and a good first outing is essential. The first match against New Zealand, and it has to be a good first outing is essential, indispensable. Wither also you can say, very good. Stumble for what? Okay. Coming back to first outing is essential. Generally, there is a saying in English. What is it? The first impression. And we get only one chance to make a good first impression. We never get a second chance to make a good first impression. Like that, good first outing is essential. India has moved on from the era of Mithali Raj. She was a captain for many years. From the time period of Mithali Raj and Jhulan Goswami, and those are massive shoes to fill. Those are massive shoes to fill. Means great players to reach their heights, not that easy. If you take men, Sachin or Virat, not easy to match their standards. That's what it means. Massive shoes to fill. But Harmanpreet, Jamina Rodriguez, Smriti Mandana, and others have tried their best to chart a fresh path. Have tried, present perfect, their best. Try your best, usually we say. Tried their best to chart, to direct a fresh path, to go in a fresh direction. Chartered plane, that's a different meaning. Chart a new course means start a new course. Coming to the second part of the editorial, the tournament is also invested with a larger cause layered with gender sensitivity. Invested with a larger cause layered with gender sensitivity. Here the editorial touches the gender aspect, gender equality, and it discusses aspects like men, how much they are paid, women, how much they are paid, whether equal or not equal. Second, how many matches, how many formats men play, how many matches, how many formats women play, and based on that, draw conclusions. While male players get accolades and commercial heft. Accolades means praises, compliments, and people appreciate you, accolade. Men get accolades and also commercial heft. Heft means something heavy. They are paid heavily, that's what it means. Through cricket, female players have always fought for their rights. Men are paid heavily, we all know that. All these cricket players, they are celebrities and they endorse a lot of products, they are paid heavily. On the other hand, women players, they have to fight for their rights. Forget about those aspects. Even in the latest event, despite being pitted against each other as rivals, there is a sisterhood at play. Even in the latest event, despite being pitted against each other, Pitted against each other means what? Two persons, rivals, they have to face each other. Then we say pitted against each other. As rivals, there is a sisterhood at play. What is the sisterhood you have to go through? Through interactions with the press, all the leading female players have sought more games and also more tests. That is a sisterhood. They all have the same demand. What is that demand? All the leading female players have sought more games and also more tests. In a way, there is unity. That's what it means, sisterhood. Often the women are resigned to playing just limited overs cricket. To substantiate that statement, why are they demanding all the leading female players have sought more games and also more tests? Why? Often the women are resigned to playing just limited overs cricket. While Mithali turned out in 232 ODIs and 89 T20s, it is a travesty, an important word, that she played only 12 tests in a long career. Travesty means something that has to be done properly, but not done properly. Based on that, it looks ridiculous. Here, she played so many 232 ODIs, 89 T20s, but how many tests? Only 12. Supposed to play more, but could not play. So it looks ridiculous, playing only 12. Based on that, the word travesty, it has a negative connotation. Harmanpreet and company have often sought comfort in diverse franchise leagues, but there is nothing like a solid bilateral contest to toughen up the stars. It seems if you take women, their matches, nothing like bilateral, means two countries, India versus England, India versus Australia, nothing of that sort. If they play that way, they become tough and they become good players. Solid bilateral contest to toughen up the stars. Having won the title on 6 occasions, Australia remains the behemoth. Behemoth, an important word. Something that is very large or very strong or very powerful and impressive. Colossal also you can say. Behemoth. Why behemoth? Because won 6 times. Alyssa Healy and her merry bunch will be the team that most squads, including old rival England, would want to knock off the pedestal. Means they want to defeat that particular team. Other teams want to defeat, knock off the pedestal. Means defeat them. Very powerful, that's right. And for those keen on watching, keen on something, means interested in something. For those keen on watching neighborhood rivalry, India and Pakistan are placed in Group A and will face off on Sunday. Looks like India and Pakistan, both India and Pakistan belong to the same group, A group. Obviously, they have to face each other, and that match face-off is going to be on Sunday. Diplomatic tensions have ensured that the two nations compete against each other only in global events. T20 World Cup is a global event, and based on the diplomatic ties and diplomatic implications, they have made sure the two teams, India and Pakistan, compete against each other only in global events. That's all about this editorial. Easy to comprehend. Why is it easy to comprehend? Many of us, we all follow cricket, Indians especially, and many words, many expressions are quite familiar, and have done a few editorials. Men's cricket, that way also a familiar turf or a familiar context. And not too many words to learn, only a few words. But it is important. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.